This time I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the South Union Township Board of Supervisors, December 7th, 2016 at 4 p.m. Please rise for opening prayer followed by the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
On the roll call, Mr. Schiffauer,
Present.
Mr. Vernon,
Here.
Mr. Scott here. Number 5, the Roadmaster Report, Mr. Vernon.
Thank you, Mr. Scott. For the month of November, the Roadmaster's report is as follows. We did a lot of amosite and also milling. We had some real warm days in November, so it helped us out. We did some milling and amosite on O'Connell Avenue, Southwood Drive, Wiggins Lane, Thomas Drive, Tuckahoe Road, Matthew Drive Extension, and Popular Lane. Over in Continental 2, we did Community Avenue, First Street, and Gun Club Road. Also, we did Farmview, and we did the berm on Popular Lane. We also did an alley off of Crossan Avenue by Tuskegee Terrace, Elizabeth Street, and over Cherry Tree on Highland Park Drive. We cut a piece out and patched up. We installed drain pipe off of Buttermilk Lane, a storm drain. Picked up litter on Daniel Drive, Duck Hollow Road, Cinder, Brownfield Lane, and Township Drive. We straightened stop signs and street signs throughout the township. We replaced 6 stop signs that were faded in the township. Our tractor went out 8 days doing the berms of the road. Our sweeper truck went out 8 days also going through the township. We cleaned drains out throughout the township after all those leaves fell off the trees. We was able to paint some more stop signs on our amosite on Grandview Manor area, Virginia Circle area, and the Artford area. We put up Christmas decorations going into Hopwood on Route 40, put our wreaths up for the winter, for Christmas time. We also decorated the Thomas Frankhauser Park. We put a Christmas tree up and we put the lights on there. We closed the bathrooms in the Artford and Hutchinson Park area. We hauled compost 13 days, total of 60 10-inch trucks of compost went down to the compost center behind 84 Lumber. We had to repair inlet on Hutchinson Street and Mountain Shadow Road. Our guys also weed whacked around the guardrails throughout the township and also the wall on Cinder Road. We whacked the plow trucks, the cars, and also the pickup, so we're ready for the winter season. We put up some no parking signs off of Morgantown Road, on Morgantown Road by Francis Street. You couldn't see pulling out. We had complaints from the buses and also for some of our residents. I think that covers everything. You guys have anything I might have missed? Mr. Scott?
No, sir. Mr. Schiffauer?
Fine.
Thank you, Mr. Vernon. Number 6, the Code Enforcement Officer's Report.
Okay, I have that, sir. Thank you. For the month of November, again, we have one full-time officer works from 7 to 3:30, and we have a part-time officer on the day works 3 days a week for us. Then we have 3 part-time officers work in the evenings and also on weekends. We had 7 letters went out for property repairs throughout the township, 2 junk vehicles, burning complaints. We had 4. Again, you can only burn 8 to 5 on Saturdays. High grass belt, we did have 7 of them this time. Can't be no higher than 10 inches high. We had 1 garbage count that was delinquent. Our officers cited with 4 citations for international code, and zoning violations were 2. Our main officers traveled 1,321 miles throughout the township, and our part-time officers traveled 1,001 for a total of 2,322 miles traveled throughout the township. Our officers did give out 6 fire lane tickets and 1 handicap. That concludes our code report.
Thank you, Mr. Vernon. You have anything to add, Mr. Schiffauer?
No, I don't.
Number 7, motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of last month's meeting.
a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second Mr. Schiffauer's motion.
Motion proper second on a roll call, Mr. Schiffauer.
Yes.
Mr. Vernon.
Yes.
Mr. Scott, yes, motion carries. Number 8, comments on agenda items. Do we have anyone who wants to comment on agenda items? Number 9, the sewage department report. In the month of November, we had a few things going on. We're still working on the Route 21 pump station. It is up and running. The pumps have been running. The power has gone down drastically, almost half of what it was with the old pumps. We did award a contract to Mark Briner Doors for new doors on the pump station that were rotted out, and also a painting of the whole pump station. We ordered the Glisten Painting Company. Robinson Pipe is videoing all the work done on Route 21 to make sure there wasn't any damage to any of the lines during the Route 21 widening. We sent mailers out. We're going to be doing smoke testing off of Morgantown Road, Valley View, Sunset, everything that goes into the Valley View pump station. There's 47 homes, I believe. You should have got a postcard in the mail. We're going to do the smoke testing to check to see. We're getting a lot of infiltration when it rains in the Valley View pump station. And like I said, there's only 47 houses, so it's a good place to start to try to figure out what's going on, if there's downspouts, floor drains that are outside, like in a stairwell or something. So if we find something at your house, you will be contacted. But if you see people walking the streets or right-of-ways, don't be alarmed. We're also going to do Salem Heights, and this should all take place in the month of December. I think the start date is next Monday, December 12th, I believe it is. So the week of December 12th, we'll be doing the smoke testing in Salem Heights and Valley View. We had 131 one calls, 12 service calls, 5 new tap inspections. There were no issues at the pump stations, and we didn't have any overflows to report to DEP. That concludes my report for the month of November. Do you gentlemen have anything to add?
No, sir.
Number 10, pass a resolution to adopt the annual budget report for fiscal year 2017. Mr. Vernon, you want to handle that? You can comment on it.
I think for the 47th year, we're going to keep the millage the same as 0.6 of a mil.
Maybe even longer.
Longer than 47 years?
Possibly.
Okay,
We
as
lost
far as
count.
that we went. It was a little trying to get it down to that, but we was able to just keep it at 0.6.
We have total revenue for the year is $5,497,987, and total expenditures of $5,378,197. This includes our sewage. Since we took over the sewage in January of this year, our budget now includes the sewage. So, last year I think our budget was $3.2 million.
Yeah.
But that's the reason for the increase, is now we're taking in all the sewage. Do you have anything to add, Mr. Schiffauer?
Well, and one thing you have to consider as far as especially real estate tax, the property tax, and the other taxes too, our source of income is really not increasing as it has in the past. When we had a relatively boom in the area of development, particularly retail development for the last 15, 20 years. For the last few years, that's slowed down considerably, and costs continue to increase. We have our contract with our workers, and also the price of materials and things like that. They continue to go up, and we've just been fortunate enough that we have not had to raise the real estate taxes. So that might come to an end someday, but we're trying to contain our budget and prevent any additional taxes increase. We've been lucky to do it for as many years as we have.
Also, I might just mention, our real estate tax, we only collect $375,000 out of that. Well, it'd really be a 3.2 for our office here at the township, not counting our sewage department. And I believe we only went up $10,000 in assessment. We had some assessment appeals that we lost, and we gained a few, but I think we're $10,000 ahead of last year on our assessment. So that makes it a little bit tighter. So we lost a couple of appeals on some properties that were not being used commercially, and that knocked our revenue down a little bit. But we rely mostly on the mercantile earned income tax is what we rely on. And we're hoping that someone takes the Kmart building soon. That will cut us back if we don't have someone take that over. Okay, that would be my motion, is to keep it at 0.6 for the resolution.
Okay, we have a motion to pass a resolution to adopt the annual budget report for fiscal year 2017. Do we have a second?
I'll second Mr. Vernon's motion.
We have a motion and a second on the roll call. Mr. Vernon?
Yes.
Mr. Schiffauer?
Yes.
Mr. Scott, yes. Motion carries. Number 11, this is a motion to adopt taxes for 2017. This is a breakdown of the taxes. The earned income is half of 1%. Real estate transfer is half of 1%. Mercantile is half of 1 mil retail and half of 1 mil wholesale. Local service tax is $47. Hydrant fund is $6 for residential and $9 for commercial. And real estate, as I said, will remain the same as 0.6 mils. All the taxes remain the same. There's no increase in any of the taxes for this year. That's my motion. Do I have a second? If there's no questions.
I'll second the motion.
Motion and proper second on the roll call. Mr. Scott, yes. Mr. Schiffauer?
Yes.
Mr. Vernon?
Yes.
Motion carries. Number 12, motion to hold a reorganizational meeting on January 3rd, 2017 at 8 a.m.
Mr.
Any
Chairman,
questions?
I'll make a motion to schedule the annual reorganization meeting on January 3rd at 8 a.m. at the South Union Township Municipal Building.
I'll second Mr. Schiffauer's motion. I'd just like to add, I think that's on a Tuesday. You're supposed to reorganize the first Monday of the year, but that's a holiday, so we went to the next day. It would be a Tuesday, 8 o'clock.
Yes. Yes, we made that correction earlier. We have a motion and proper second on the roll call. Mr. Schiffauer?
Yes.
Mr. Vernon?
Yes.
Mr. Scott, yes. Motion carries. Number 13, discuss forming a volunteer group to help maintain and manage the Sheepskin Trail. This is being built in South Union Township. Mr. Schiffauer?
Yes, as you know, if you've been following in the newspaper here at our township meetings, we're about to start work on constructing the Sheepskin Trail in portion of South Union Township, approximately 2.2 miles that will run from Kless Lumber, Bart Mill Road, along the old Penn Central Railroad track up to the Hutchison Park. And what we try to do here is, in addition to that, develop a scheme where we are looking at building other trails that would connect to the main trail of the Sheepskin Trail. The purpose of that would bring our communities together and also tie into our recreation facilities. We're looking to do, as we announced before, a trail from the Hutchison Park to Lick Hollow. Also, we've met with and talked to Coastal Lumber, where we would be able to construct a trail basically from Route 40, where the entrance to Coastal Lumber is, and it would follow along the stream there and terminate here behind the rec center. That would tie the Hawkwood area into our Sheepskin Trail. And as things progress as far as the overall trail beyond the borders of South Union Township, we would like to see when the City of Uniontown, if they would develop their portion of Sheepskin Trail, which really doesn't require a lot. And if that was accomplished, we would be able to tie and utilizing the rotary walkway that would service our far end of South Union Township, using a walkway, the Jamison, Continental, and Arford area. They would be able to, residents of that area, or the bikers and the hikers, they would be able to get onto the Rotary Trail into the City of Uniontown and connect here where the boundary of South Union and Uniontown meets at Bart Mill Road and around the Kless Lumber area. And that would give them access all the way to the Hutchison Park and even up into Hawkwood and Lick Hollow. We've received some $30,000 approval from the county using the LSA money. That's the casino money that they get annually. And we intend to do a lot of work with our crews, permitting our schedules. to try to keep the costs of completing the scheme, constructing and tying all these trails together. It would just make our community and give us one more attraction to make South Union Township a nicer place to live. So that is my update. Now, we're going to have the meeting next week here at the South Union Township building at 7 o'clock. And I encourage anybody that, just for informational purposes, and also if they want to get involved, we're going to ask and try to develop a volunteer program that our residents who are dedicated, if they'd like to help maintain the trail, excuse me, if they wanted to help maintain the trail, keep an eye on the trail to make sure it's safe. And I think the more community we have involved with our residents, with the system, it even allow for a more successful program.
Thank you, Mr. Shipwell.
Yeah.
What's the date of that 7 o'clock meeting?
It's this coming Wednesday. I don't know what day it would be,
The
but
14th.
the 14th at 7 o'clock here at the Township Building. That's all I have on
Do you have
it.
anything to add, Mr.
No,
Shipwell?
you did a fine job. Thank you, Mr. Shipwell.
Number 14, motion to re-enter into professional service contract with Hoffman's Boarding Kennel to handle all calls and complaints regarding dogs and cats. Mr. Brennan.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Scott. Back in the summer of 2014, our Fayette County SPCA was closed down by the Department of Agriculture for the state. And we had no one to go to. Hoffman's come in from Westmoreland County and Washington County, offer their services throughout the county. So we signed a contract with them in September of 2014, so the end of the year, and we were happy with them. So then we signed a contract in 2015 for $600 a month to patrol, collect, and capture dogs and cats running at large, and also following the dog law. They were our dog law enforcement officer. And then in 2016, we paid $2 more a month. So this year, they're asking us to give them $5 more, $610 a month, which I don't think is unreasonable. And they're also going to come 3 days a week instead of a minimum of 2 days a week. So that would be my recommendation and motion to hire them for another year. Because there's no mention of any SPCA starting up in Fayette County that I know of.
And they do a good job. I mean, they stop in weekly and ask us if we need anything, or they definitely are worth the money. With no other questions, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second Mr. Burns' motion.
Motion and proper second on the roll call. Mr. Vernon?
Yes.
Mr. Schiffbauer?
Yes.
Mr. Scott, yes. Motion
Just
carried.
like I mentioned, we gave SPCA $600 a month also before that.
Yeah,
So it was about the same amount of money, so $10 more this year a month.
and I believe Hoffman's is handling most of the municipalities.
They have
in the area
90%
now.
of them.
Yeah. So, thank you. Number 15, pass a resolution to adopt the sewer planning module for Mountain Creek Properties to construct a cancer treatment center at Matthew Drive and Mary Jane Wood Drive. Mr. Over, you want to comment on this at all, the sewer planning module?
Sure. Mountain Creek Properties is actually going to be the landlord for the new oncology center that UPMC is going to operate. The oncology center is currently located on the 3rd floor of the old nursing home adjacent to the hospital. It'll be relocated to this new facility. I think it's a valuable service to offer to the community. And it's very simple sewage planning module. I believe it's 1 EDU. So
Yeah. It's not a lot of flow.
Yeah.
The building's 12,560 square feet, it says here.
Yep.
And I did know that, I was talking to the landlord, and he said that the biggest complaint they had was getting to the facility that's not, like you said, at the hospital.
Yep.
And this will be right by Mike Wood Toyota, it'll be right between there and the FACT Center. So,
Yep.
and it's in order, everything's in order as far as the sewer planning module. It's part of the business park up there behind Walmart, so everything's in order. That'll be my motion, to pass a resolution to adopt the sewer planning module for Mountain Creek Properties to construct a cancer treatment center at Matthew Drive and Mary Jane Wood Drive. Do we have a second?
I'll second Mr. Scott's motion.
With a motion and a proper second on the roll call, Mr. Scott, yes. Mr. Vernon?
Yes.
Mr. Schiffbauer?
Yes.
Motion carried. Number 16 is pass a resolution to charge $1 per property under ordinance 1-90, waste reduction and recycling ordinance. We've been talking about this the past couple months. Goodwill had a shortfall that they have had for, I believe, since the middle 2000s, I believe, when it started, 2005, 2006. And they asked us, North Union Township and South Union Township, to give us they want an increase in revenue. So they came to all three entities and asked them for $1 per month to cover the shortfall, plus their equipment's in bad shape. As I stated before, I did go down to the facility and toured, and their vehicles, half of them, I don't know how they pass inspection. I mean, that's how bad they are. And if you notice when they come to pick your recycling up, the trucks are all 20 years old and running rough. So this will give them money to put into capital purchase in the future. You gentlemen have anything to add? I think we've explained it a couple months.
Well, yeah, we're mandated under Act 101, this goes back to 1991, 1992 by the state, to have a recycling program, and there's no getting around it. We're very fortunate over the years we've had goodwill to collect and process and market the materials. It's a very good organization. They provide jobs for the handicapped. And we've looked around comparing to see if other businesses would be interested in collecting and handling the materials, but the costs would be far more exorbitant than what it's costing us now for Goodwill to do it. And they have been working in a deficit over the years. Their equipment, as Jason said, is in very bad shape. And what we're going to have to do is tackle the problem over the years. The participation rate of our residents in the other two municipalities has really decreased, and part of that is because we've become a little lax, not only residents, but us as elected officials. So what we're going to have to do is develop an education program that we similarly did when we started the program, to let the people and inform the people, remind them again about the recycling program. We have different tools that we're going to be using. And another adverse effect because of that lack of participation is the materials that Goodwill collects, they sell and make a profit off of. Those materials, the amounts have decreased substantially over the years. So I think once we get the materials to get back to where we were maybe 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago, there's even the possibility we could reduce the monthly $1 charge to reflect hopefully a more successful program in getting back to the productivity that we experienced in the past. But it's a good thing, and it's something we're mandated to do, and this is the best around, the cheapest way we can accomplish that.
We're also going to use the dollar, as Mr. Shipwire said, to try to educate more. I know just from talking to people the past month, a lot of people what I did talk to said, oh, I used to recycle, I just got laxed, and it wasn't coming around enough, and I was collecting too much. So we do give cans out here at the township. You can come down and get a recycling can. Also, we're going to put a new map out that shows the days that it will be picked up. And we also might do, Mr. Shipwire and Vernon and I were talking before the meeting, maybe doing like some door-to-door, like if we go through a neighborhood, maybe we'll do a little survey, and if you don't have your recycling can out, we might send you a little reminder in the mail or put it on door knocker just to remind you that we are mandated by the state. And we had somebody, I printed off the recycling ordinance today because it was brought up at last meeting that we can actually go after you and fine you if you don't recycle. How you would ever do that is beyond me. I understand we're mandated by the state, but if someone doesn't have their recycling out, there's a million reasons they could use not to have the recycling out. So
Well, they could just put one can in the
right.
Yeah.
Or maybe some people, like I saw a guy today stopped here and he said he takes his to the recycling center because he doesn't like it adding up. So he's recycling, but we just don't know because he doesn't have a can out. So, but just try to do our best. And like we said, we're going to do our best to try to make it aware and make it easier on the people. So
You want to tell about the Office Guard collector too?
What's that?
How do we not collect it?
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be added to, we're gonna add it to the sewage bill. So the dollar fee will be added to your sewage bill at the beginning of the year. And if you pay yours in advance, it'll be on the January bill, or it'll be on the February bill, I believe she said, because that's when we collect the yearly fees. So it'll be a $12 charge added to the, if you pay your sewage bill and ahead. And we do have about 100 accounts in township that aren't on sewage, and they will be billed separately, a $12 bill sometime in February. I believe she's going to send those out. So at this time, Chair will entertain a motion. I'll read the resolution. Be it resolved by South Union Township Board of Supervisors that each property owner in South Union Township, residential, commercial, and/or industrial, shall be assessed a $1 per month recycling fee, which said fee shall be used exclusively for South Union Township Recycling Program. December 7, 2016. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
A motion, proper second on a roll call. Mr. Scott? Yes. Mr. Schiffbauer?
Yes.
Mr. Vernon?
Yes, I'd just like to mention also, you mentioned North Union, also Uniontown is meeting at 5 o'clock this afternoon to propose the same dollar fee to their residents also.
Yeah, North Union is going to do it next Tuesday at their meeting. Thank you. Number 17, comments from the public. Do we have any comments from the public? Bernie? Come on up, yeah. State your name for the record, Bernie.
Okay, I'm Bernie Court. A couple months ago, there was a fire in, I guess, big brownfield, destroyed a large house, and it sat for a month or two like that, but I brought it up at a meeting, and maybe thanks to you gentlemen, they did demolish it, double the lot, so that looks good. The fire did melt the siding on the two adjacent houses. I noticed one of those houses is in the process of being re-sided. I don't know if you know whether the other house is going to be re-sided, or do they get cash from the insurance company and it's up to them to follow through on it?
I did talk to the guy when he was demolishing the house, and the insurance took care of both of the houses. And actually, he has a modular ordered that he's going to put a modular back up on that piece of property.
Okay.
And, he said it was ordered, and when they were tearing it down, he was actually in a hurry, but I haven't seen much taking place in the past few weeks. But yeah, the insurance took care of everything. His insurance took care of the two houses.
Okay.
Decided.
Is there anything to require the homeowner who hasn't started yet to make sure he does re-side it? It's just
Yeah.
so wavy and melted.
I'm sure if it doesn't get fixed here soon, we'll have our code officer.
Yeah, I'm sure there are building maintenance.
Building
code.
maintenance
How much
code.
time do they have, Mr. Ogre?
I don't even know. I'm assuming that you know the insurance covered it, but whether or not they've settled with the property owner or not,
Yeah.
nobody
Yeah, that
knows.
could be. That's personal.
So- But we'll continue to monitor it, and as soon as, if we don't see any action, then we'll certainly contact them to see if they have settled with the insurance company, and if they have settled with them, to get some kind of schedule as to the repairs.
I know dealing with some insurance companies is different. Sometimes they just write the homeowner a check. Other times they want to pay the contractor directly. So, it depends on what kind of insurance the guy has. But I'm sure, it seems though he's taking care of, everything, the homeowner that the house burnt down.
Okay, that's good.
And the insurance, just to let you know, the insurance company will want to make sure that the money, if they have settled with the adjoining property owner, that they do the repair on them also. The insurance company will want to know that too.
Okay, that's good to hear. All right, thank you.
Yes, no problem. Thank you. Anyone else?
Is that for us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on up. Just state your name for the record, please.
My name is John DeRosa Jr., live at 251 Elm Road. Our neighbor has been keeping us awake for over a year, 3 o'clock in the morning, loud music. Is there anything we can do?
Call the state police.
I
You
did.
guys call them.
They told me to come to the township.
They told you to come to the township?
Yes, they did. I came and talked to your code officer, and he said, you have no ordinance.
We do.
We have an unreasonable noise ordinance,
Right,
but it's
under the
very, very
code.
weak.
It's lame, but actually,
This has been going on
I
for
know,
years.
and I drove through a couple times because a lady called me. She actually messaged me on Facebook, and
Yeah, I need it.
she said, she said when I would come and drive by, he would turn it off. Like,
Yes,
it was
he'll
like
do
he
that.
would. I don't know if it was just any car or what, but
No, it's
I've
not
been
in the
there
car.
2 or 3 times to try to see, if I could hear it but
Yeah.
I haven't been able to
Yeah,
catch them.
that's sort of
So,
fun.
but yeah, the state police should handle it, so.
Well, they won't. Is there anything else we can do? I mean, is there
We'll
actually?
call the
We'll call
lieutenant.
the
That's
state
state police matter, believe me.
First of all, the state police should not have told you to contact the township to take care of the problem. That is definitely disturbing the peace, which falls under their jurisdiction. I'm very surprised, and I'm sure we're
We
gonna,
have no police powers, our code
Yeah, I
officers.
understand that.
Yeah, we'll call the lieutenant commander and talk to him. He's a South Union resident too. Being a district judge 24 years, I handled a lot of cases with loud noise at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. That's
Wow.
under the crime
It
schedule.
starts at 7 in the morning.
Even that early in the morning, if it's loud and
Jeez.
reasonable.
Oh, this lady couldn't sit on her porch all summer.
well, what to do, when this happens, let us know, and we'll make sure that the state police follows up.
Can I call you tonight? Because it will definitely be every day.
Well, if you call, say like 3 in the morning, you call the state
No, I
police.
want to call at 10 o'clock when I go to sleep. My
Yeah.
wife can't go to work. She don't get any
Can't
rest.
sleep either, no. She changed her bedroom from one side of the house to the other to try to get some sleep.
Well, as long as we know when you called about the complaint with the state police, we can follow that up
Yeah.
to make sure that they come out,
We'll talk to the commander tomorrow morning.
yeah.
If you wanna wait around when the meeting's over, I'll give you my card.
Yeah, mine's.
Yeah.
You can call me.
He does have a loudspeaker outside.
Okay.
Okay.
I've been down, Anita's called me a couple, she's Facebook messaged me, and I've came, because I live right here. So the one time she called me, it was like 9:30 or something at night, and I did ride down through, and she said when I came down through, he turned it off, when I left, he turned it back on.
Yeah, my wife, before she died, she said, what is this noise all night?
Yeah,
And I went over and got smart with them, and they did shut it down for a week, but when she went to the hospital, they turned it right back on. They did.
I know you're talking, I think I know you're talking, I think I know you're talking.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
she said
bothers
that
me.
too. She
Because
said
he calls,
that too.
complains about quads up and down the road all the time.
Oh, yeah. I moved my quad across the road, moved my kids up in Tim Mahoney's property, and he called us. And I went across the road, and I was riding my grandkids up,
Yeah.
back and forth across the field, and he
Yeah,
cried.
if you wanna wait around, I'll give you
Yeah.
one of my cards when we're done.
Thanks, John, for coming in.
Anyone else?
We're all together on the same
Okay.
situation,
Okay.
which is terrible.
Yeah, I can imagine. Number 18, financial statement.
Mr. Chairman, the financial statement for the month of November, our general fund checking account is $238,396.40. Our general fund investment account is $132,222.14. Our state fund, $303,092.93. Our hydrant fund, $3,617.92. Our athletic fund, $8,271.21. Our payroll fund, $5,480.57. Our sheepskin trail fund, $130,103.21. The North Union South Intergovernmental Board Fund is $16,658.41 for a total of $737,842.79. And our sewage fund department is $2,145,256.71. And I'd just like to mention also, during the end of the year, that originally we was going to put a pumping station in 121. And our chairman, Mr. Scott's, his expertise is the sewage, and we was able to save over $700,000 this year on that
So
pump.
far, we were actually gonna get a loan for it, so we're not,
Yeah,
we didn't incur any
but
debt.
still though, we saved that much money this year by having taken it over ourselves, which is Mr. Shipwright's idea originally. We thank Mr. Shipwright for bringing that up.
No, we're just lucky to have
Yeah.
Mr. Scott.
Yeah,
He's worked through solid excavation. They've done a lot of work, contracted work on the sewage system for years. And we just tapped into his knowledge of our system and taking advantage of that knowledge. We were able to redo what was out there, refurbish it, get some new pumps, and avert the absorbent cost of building a complete new pumping station. And that's a lot of money. And we were fortunate enough to have that expertise that's brought us about this substantial savings. And That's one of the reasons why it was questioned why the Board of Supervisors abolished or disbanded the sewage authority, and it gives us a better hands-on situation to solve problems and save the township money.
We're able to save, we can use our employees from the township on the sewage department, also vice versa, which worked out great this year.
Right, our subcontracting for the sewage authority went down drastically. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but we used our guys a lot to dig up repairs and stuff like that, so it definitely saved on the subcontracting.
Well, I know there are some questions why we disbanded the sewage authority. This is just one reason why we did.
Yeah. Thank you. Number 19, motion to pay all current bills. Mr.
I'll make a
Schiffauer.
motion to pay the following bills from the North Union South Union Intergovernmental Board: $5,350 from the State Fund, $14,386.65. Sheepskin Trail Fund, $6,675 from the Hydrant Fund, $1,159.07 from the Athletic Fund, $7,467.50, and from the General Fund, $235,739.38. And the, I guess, the sewage fund, we have this,
Clear at the last page, I believe.
yeah, I'm back here now, I guess that would be $106,105.73. That's my motion.
We have a motion.
Mr. Schiffauer's motion.
Motion and proper second on the roll call. Mr. Schiffauer.
Yes.
Mr. Vernon.
Yes.
Mr. Scott, yes. Motion carries. Number 20, Mr. Solicitor, do you have anything to add?
Well, I'd just like to commend the supervisors. I think the fiscal responsibility with which they operate this township is really remarkable. I mean, we haven't raised taxes in half a century or so. So I think that's a wonderful thing, and I've always said you guys have done a great job, and it's been my privilege to serve as your solicitor. So I want to commend you all.
Thank you.
About our engineer.
How about our engineer? Do you
I
have
commend
anything
him
to
as
add?
well.
You
Yeah,
commend him?
I
You
do.
give
He does a good job.
him- Yeah, he does.
Well, we're at K2 Engineering, Mr. Overs, the president of it. He's a little backward.
Not a politician.
No, I would just like to say the same thing as Mr. Davis did, and also just for the residents of the township, please have a safe Christmas season and New Year, and looking forward to 2017.
Same here, thank you. Nothing else?
No businesses to announce anything yet right now.
No, everything's a little bit quiet right now.
Okay.
Hopefully we have some stuff in 2017.
Yes. Well, one thing I would like to state, though, that the Route 21 project that PennDOT's been working on, Golden Triangle's been the contractor. They're just about completely finished, and it's been a long time coming. There were a lot of delays, but I think the wait is well worth it. It certainly further enhances the attractiveness of that area for new businesses to come in, especially the properties there at the old Walmart and the Kmart site. This is a substantial improvement into the traffic situation out there. And that's one thing that a developer looks for, is the route of the traffic, the highway development. Is it adequate to get their customers in and out? And with that upgrade, it's certainly going to accomplish that. And hopefully we'll see something here within the next year positive happening.
Including Mr. Work's property, because I understand there's some interest in that property
Yeah.
also.